Hey everyone, welcome to the east shore of Lake Tahoe. We're in Glenbrook, Nevada, and going to tour this unique property. 3.77 acres, 230 feet of lake frontage, 5 separate structures that are nicely remodeled, beautiful grounds with boulders and iconic pine trees, and this property also has its own marina. Now, what I like about this estate is that it's very Lake Tahoe, and it has potential to be so much more. It comes with a unique development opportunity that I'll also talk about later, and all of this is on the market for $25 million, and more information will be in the description of this video. And with that, I'm excited to show you around. Lake Tahoe is one of those locations where the scenery never gets old. The lake, the surrounding mountains, all these pine trees, and how these properties are part of the landscape as well. You can hardly see these homes, and the color of the water, I mean, this is incredible. And this property has its own marina that's protected with these boulders. So the water is very calm, clear. I mean, this scenery is just breathtaking. Every time we come to Lake Tahoe to shoot a property, it doesn't even feel like work. It feels like a vacation. The nature here speaks to your soul, calms your nervous system, and I'm sure you can see with the smile on my face, it feels amazing to be here. Now, this private jetty is roughly 1,900 square feet of deck space. The infrastructure here was recently completed, all steel columns and beams, epay decking, very durable, and also it's fresh water. So the infrastructure here is gonna last for decades. And over on this side, we have our covered boat slip, stairs going down into the water. And yeah, I just want to spend the entire day here, do absolutely nothing, read a book, maybe drink a coffee, and just be in awe with the beauty of Lake Tahoe. And since we're very close to the boat slip, I want to talk about the shingle roof here. Remember on the previous property, I talked about how they installed shingle siding?
Yeah, I remember.
I want to talk about how you install shingle roofing here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So first thing, you have the wood deck underneath the shingle roofing. You put your waterproofing layer, and then you install the drip edge. And that way, when water runs on the shingles and hits here, it hits the drip edge and kicks out so that it doesn't follow the structure and goes underneath. Make sense?
Yes.
You install your first row and install it perfectly. And then you stagger each sheet to cover the seams. Not only you nail the shingle into the structure, underneath the shingle is all asphalt. And over time, with the sun, it heats up and it melts and it bonds to your structure. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's why when I try to lift up, can you hear it?
They don't.
It's all melted asphalt underneath. That's how you install your shingle roofing.
That is
pretty
perfect.
straightforward. And when you arrive to the very top, because you have 2 sections overlapping, you do a top cap. That's why the top is a little bit higher. I think this is the closest I've ever been to a shingle roof where I can show it on camera. So I figured this is my opportunity to talk about it. And it was done a few years ago. Still looks very nice. Now, going over to this side, this is very interesting. This side of the property kicks out a little bit, and the hillside here looks gorgeous. The pine tree, all of these boulders, so dramatic. And I just love how they kept all of these boulders and worked around it, and even installed the decking that we're standing on around these boulders. And I'm gonna show some of these connection points later. We have metal railing with lights incorporated, floor lighting as well. And here you have the steps going down to the covered boat slip. Now I can tell this infrastructure was grandfathered in, but the current homeowner did this structural update where they brought in the steel and make sure that the pier and the boat slip sits on a very strong foundation, your hydraulic boat lift, and your wake boat. Isn't this fun?
This is nice. I
you
like the
can
color
just
too.
hop in like a car
and
just drive your boat. And because it's fresh water, maintaining your water toys and boats is so much easier. And when you're not using it, you lift it up above the water, keep it nice and dry.
Wow.
Super cool. And because we have this protected harbor, getting your boat in and out is really easy because this part of Lake Tahoe can get choppy and windy. So when you have wind and waves, and when you have small boats or sea toys, it can be very hard to bring it to your pier and tie it. So this setting here is one of the most important qualities of this estate and something that you cannot do anymore. So you either have it and that's grandfathered in, or you don't have it. Make sense?
Is there a big difference with the high tide and the low tide here?
I'm sure there is, because as the snow melts from the mountains, it fills up the entire lake. So everybody is experiencing it. And currently the water level is actually pretty high because we're shooting this in May. Most of the snow has already melted.
Yeah, I understand.
Understand?
Yeah.
The idea of having a waterfront home in a freshwater lake is what I really like, because even though I love the ocean and salt water, it is so corrosive and difficult on a property. Freshwater, everything stays perfectly same. Awesome. All right, let's go back out. Now here's something I learned with this property, and I feel to a degree so stupid not knowing it.
What is that?
Inside here is a water filtration system. You know why?
Why?
All these lakefront properties, they pull their drinking water from the lake.
Wow, really?
Yeah, not only this property has water rights, apparently most of these properties pull it from the lake, filter it, and use it for their home. And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Lake is massive. They're certainly not short of water. And if you're on the lake, how easy it is to just pull it, filter it, and distribute it to all of your fixtures.
And it's also clean water too.
Of course, I mean, I swam in it literally yesterday. Oh man, why do I do this every time? It is very cold. And it's one of the most important values of Lake Tahoe, where it's one thing to have a lake, but it's another thing to have a lake with this kind of a clear quality water. I love it. And there you go, Armand. You and I learned something new, and
Yes.
hopefully the people that are watching it, they also learned it as well. Now, on the other side, speaking of water, there's a stainless steel commercial grade sink here. If you go to fishing, you're cleaning up your fish, anything, you can easily do that here. And these boulders, I love how they kept it and worked around it. Now, let's go to the other side of the pier. You can easily put additional outdoor seating, possibly a fire pit, or do further hardscaping here to make your experience even better. And personally speaking, if I owned a property like this is where I would spend majority of my time. Not just to go to water, but also read a book, lounge, relax, put a hammock, put a daybed, so you can take a little nap and be so close to water. This is awesome.
Yeah, check out those mountains too. Incredible view.
Oh, I mean, that's Mount Talek.
Yeah.
So iconic. That's your backdrop. And in my way of thinking, the entire lake is my backyard.
Yes.
You know, you have access to it.
Yeah.
Well, there's also a little, I'm gonna call it a beach area here because the water is quite shallow. It's awesome that you have your little staircase to go in, swim, use your boat, jet board. There's so much to do. But how awesome it is that this is your backyard. Come on, this is super cool. Now, Armand, do you see all of those massive pools that go into the sand?
Yes.
But some of the sections, I don't know if you can see it from here, I can see it there. Metal pools are directly bolted into the boulders. Because the surface and the land is so stable and these boulders are not going anywhere, they literally built the decking onto the boulders.
Wow.
They drill it, they run through bolts, that's it.
Yeah.
Safe and sound.
And it's stronger.
Oh, I mean, this deck here is bulletproof.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. And again, because it's fresh water, it'll be here for generations. All you have to do is maybe resurface the top as it gets older. That's really it. Actually, why don't you come over here, Emma? Do you see how it's bolted to the boulder?
Yes.
There we go.
I understand, yeah.
So cool. So cool. I mean, I said it in the other video as well. Lake Tahoe is one of those locations, the more you come to, the more you fall in love with. Its beauty, peace, how the entire lake is so protected, and how all of these homes and estates have to build around the landscape is what I really admire about this place. And how many places there are in the world where you can do summer activities, water activities, and in winter go skiing, and also have nature and beautiful scenery in between. You get it all. It's super cool. Well, let's continue our tour. I also like how they work the staircase into the boulders. The metal here, this electrical conduit, meaning when you run electrical lines outside, you use these metal pipes to keep the wires waterproof and dry. And that's why they have the threaded connections. But here, they bent it nicely and used it as a staircase railing. Kind of cool, yeah?
It's cool, yeah.
Super cool. All right, moving on. The grounds of the property is quite dramatic. These boulders are big, bulky, and you have greenery and all these plants in between. And now we're getting closer to our 5 separate structures. I love the pine trees. I think pine trees is also reminding me our home country. In Turkey, we also have a lot of pine trees.
Yes.
So it's another thing that I'm, I think, bonding to and making me feel safe and right at home.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. And once you go into the property, you stop seeing all of the neighbors and really being able to both enjoy the lake and your privacy. To our left, we have the primary cabin, but this is the first one we're gonna check out. It's more of the communal space with a big deck, and it's really the heart of this property. This is where you gather, entertain, hang out with your friends and family. It's a one big open communal space. And keep in mind, all of these structures were built in 1931 and they were remodeled in 2020. They look great and I'm excited to show you around. We have a seating area here with a fireplace on the other side, TVs recessed in, and of course, a really nice bar. I think the countertop is quartzite or marble, I'm not sure, with this chiseled edge, dual elevation, shaker cabinetry, some open shelving, and a really nice bar area to serve all of these seating sections. Now, over on the other side, we have our full bathroom, mosaic tiling, walk-in shower, rainhead, handheld. Same marble is also brought in here. What do you think of this baby blue cabinetry?
It's popping,
bold.
it's cool, yeah.
It pops. And they used it also in the kitchen to create a two-tone contrast. And on the other side, we have another one. Same finishes, so it comes with 2 bathrooms, but I have to do this and I have to take my phone out. You see what's above?
Yes.
The loft space. Don't go back, you're coming up there with me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go first and then you'll come
Let's
up.
go.
All right, let's see. I haven't been up there. Oh, this is cold here. This is cool. All right, let's see. Armand, you come. Come.
Coming.
I thought Armand was just gonna show me coming up here and showing the bed. He literally came up to the same level to show the view.
You can see the lake from here too.
Yes, you can. I'm not sure it's for adults. The ceiling height is a little bit challenging, but it is a fun space. It's perfect for kids, and you do have a loft. All right, now I gotta go down. On the other side, we have the kitchen. Like I mentioned, two-tone kitchen with this light blue. It pops. It's vibrant. Same stone countertop with the chiseled edge, view of the boulders, and comes with all stainless steel appliances, thermodor fridge, dishwasher, and the gas range looks great with a massive vent. Now this is really interesting. Instead of creating a somewhat of a separate informal dining area, they incorporated dining into the kitchen. So the cabinetry extends out, some pillows, seating, and it's kind of like this cool bar cart design. And then you continue over here, dry pantry, additional storage, your proper formal dining, but that's more like a breakfast nook since it's built into the wall, and the view of the lake. And it's so calm today. It's so nice. And the other aspect of this cabin that I really like is the fact that it comes with a spacious deck, lounging beds, seating area, access to the grounds, and the view of the lake. I mean this sincerely, it's a privilege to live in Lake Tahoe. To people out there who reside here or have a home here, being able to experience these grounds, walk around, go eat at a restaurant, come back to this, have this as your daily routine is wild to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know, this is one of the places that makes me doesn't want to go back to LA.
I feel like a lot of the places we go to makes us not want to go
you
back
know, the
to.
lake, the color, the mountains, everything.
Yeah, and that's where we're going next. I just realized since you have all these granite boulders, you can do some engravings and they're gonna be here kind of forever unless somebody moves them. So what a great way to have your family memories, some markings, some notes that are dated, just carve it into the stone. All right, now let's enter our second cabin. This one comes with a covered porch, and the material that you see on the outside is pine because we have pine trees around us. Keep in mind, these cabins were built in the 1930s. They looked around, used the granite that they had, pine that they had, and built these cabins. So I love the authenticity here and how the homeowner maintained the authenticity, but remodeled them nicely. Brought in some cable railing with steel posts. It's a cozy space, quaint chairs, and the view. Everyone, can you come over to this section? I mean, the view is just outrageous. Head on Mount Talek. This is awesome. This is awesome. All right, let's go in. I just realized they also have a Dutch door. Splits in half. All right, so this is the primary cabin. Comes with a spacious living room, vaulted ceilings, and this is also where we have the primary bedroom suite. I like this corner with 2 chairs, all these corner windows, surrounding scenery comes right in. And given that we have a little bit of an elevated stance, you get to enjoy everything from this room. I love it. Now over on this side, we have the gas fireplace with the bottom section that's built out of live edge wood. Nice rustic touch, seating area, your built-in dining, and the same cabinetry continues all the way to the kitchen. It's a cozy space, and Arma, meet me on the other side here. There's also a really cool bar area, again with a live edge wood countertop, open shelving, the stained mirror design, and additional cabinetry here for storage. I have no idea what's up there.
Let's go up.
So let's go check it out. Oh, this is a big loft. Arma, you're coming up. I can almost stand up. It's perfect for kids. I mean, I would lose my mind playing here, hanging out with my friends if I was a kid. You see how the stack stone comes into this section as well? There's an interesting curve here. I'm assuming the roof elevation's changed. Oh, it keeps going. Oh, what? Wait, look at this. Oh, this is
What?
so quaint.
Oh my
and they also installed some skylights to bring additional natural light. These are all skylights with ceiling fans. Oh no, there's a bathroom in here. Oh no, you've gotta be kidding me. This is the cutest thing. It's kind of funny how we end up in these like really quirky, interesting homes. This is the coolest vanity. I mean, it is a vanity. Drain line, hot and cold, with a little storage on the bottom. Because the door here, can you go back for a second? Mm-hmm. Because the door here is so small, let's get a close up. They've used kitchen cabinet hardware for this door. Here you go.
This just looks so cool.
Wow, and let me turn back to the other side. This is cool. Yeah, part of the primary cabin. There's more?
I think there's more. Check it out.
No. Oh, what?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my God,
There is more in this.
oh, well, there's a light fixture. There we go. Oh, it's just extra storage.
Okay.
You want to show?
Yeah, why not? Let me go inside real quick.
There we go.
Well, it's nice, yeah.
Additional play area.
Additional play area.
All right, Arman, if we spend more time here, we're going to break our backs. So let's
yeah.
go. Let me take you to the kitchen. Again, the built-in cabinetry starts here, transitions to storage and a built-in desk, additional cabinetry, and the base cabinets go all the way to the other side where we have the gas range, sink, a nice casement window facing all of these boulders, and tall ceilings on this side as well with additional cabinetry and a fridge. Now, we have another entry point here. At the end, there's a full bathroom with cement tiles that start from the floor and run all the way to the walls, complemented with glazed, oversized, light blue subway tiling and a very quaint sink, like the one that we saw at the loft. Now, this is where the primary bedroom starts. Same wood floors, king-size bed. I like the rustic ceiling design here, how they have the beams and wood-clad surface, but it's like as if they scraped or cut the edges of the beams and the planks to create this rougher, more rustic and primitive aesthetic. There's a seating area here, access to the outdoors, which is also a little terrace, and there's also a door here that opens up to the entry of the home. I'm gonna guess that this was an original wood-burning fireplace that they converted to a gas-burning fireplace. TV above, beautiful wooden mantle, again with the same carved detailing. I mean, it's a cozy cabin bedroom. It's definitely spacious. And over on this side, we have the bathroom, all updated. Floors are heated. Cement tile continues into the walk-in shower, complemented with oversized glazed subway tiling, brass fixtures, and the light blue cabinetry, natural stone countertops. And you see they have the same X marks and carvings into the wood planks here as well. This is also native pine. Wow. And the brass fixtures, quite cozy. And this is the second structure. All right, now let's check out the grounds. Look at all the boulders, the pine trees, this drastic scenery, which is part of your home. And I love how they kept it raw and worked around it and built these cabins. Now this estate is 3.77 acres, and beyond the 5 structures, you also have additional amenities, storage units, a pizza oven, and you can further develop this land as well. In fact, the ideal case for this property would be to take down the 2 cabins that are closer to the lake, build an 8,000 plus square foot home that's even closer to the lake, bring it closer, and then you have additional guest cabins, and you can still build auxiliary buildings, garage spaces, more guest suites to further enhance the land. Or if you want, you can divide it up to multiple APNs, create different property IDs, and just build more estates. It's quite rare to have this much surface and land area this close to the lake with 230 feet of frontage. Greg, how's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
Absolutely.
Weather is great. Is this how it is all the time in Lake Tahoe?
It's like this pretty much all the time,
Yeah.
We have very moderate temperatures, 70 to 80 degrees throughout all of our summer.
Tell me about the Nevada side of the lake versus California side. You know, we're currently on the east shore.
Sure.
What's about the east shore that's different or sets it apart from the other wings of Lake Tahoe?
On the Nevada side, we have less lake frontage that's developable.
Okay.
So a majority of it is protected land that was donated to Nevada, so it's Nevada state land. On the west shore, it's not as common to see that.
Got it.
So less inventory over here. Obviously it's in Nevada, so there's an advantage there from income.
And tax standpoint.
Yeah.
Nevada is an easier state to operate in than California. Period.
Absolutely, yeah. You get a lot more sun on the east shore.
Okay.
And a little bit of less snow. They call it the banana belt. So, which is favorable. The sunsets are incredible. So you get a direct shot of the sunsets. Hopefully we capture some of that during your stay here.
We definitely will. What do you see as the best use case for this land beyond what's existing? And how do you feel like the next homeowner can add more value or maybe pull even a better potential out of this land?
Currently there's 5 cabins here and it feels like a family compound. On the flip side of that though, there's so much development potential here. Obviously buyers out there may want something more modern. There's a couple cabins here near the shoreline that could be taken down and build more of a grand modern estate.
And have these cabins be a complementing feature to that.
Absolutely, and that's what makes it also interesting. The entitlements here, there's a lot of coverage, 33,000 square feet of coverage.
And is that the allowed square footage that you can build?
Absolutely, yeah. That's our local federal agency called the TRPA.
And you said roughly how much all of these cabins equate to currently?
Currently, they're 5,011 square feet.
Got it. So you are significantly underutilizing
Absolutely.
the potential of the plot.
Without a question
From
of doubt.
an improvement standpoint.
Yeah. And one more unique thing here, there's 6 residential units of use here. So currently only 5 are being used, but you could have up to 6 single-family homes on this parcel.
It was built in the 1930s.
Yes.
1930s Tahoe is not 2026 Tahoe. This place has gone so much in value and so much interest this year, and every feet of that 230 feet of frontage is worth gold. Now these cabins are not doing justice to the land and how this can be further utilized. So it's up to the next buyer or the next individual that sees that potential or gets excited for that potential.
Absolutely.
Now you were talking about the improvement, possibly putting up an 8,000 square foot modern home,
Yes.
ideally even closer to the lake, which I totally agree.
Yes.
And especially surrounding properties that follow the coastline, they're very close to the lake.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of get the boulders, the landscape, but also the water.
Sure.
Have you gotten some quotes on how much would that cost?
Building in Tahoe, roughly for a really nice modern home, a lot of windows, a lot of steel beam construction, roughly 1,500 to 2,000 a square foot.
Got it. Not the cheapest. So LA prices over here too, because I've assumed, yes, having this stable ground and the boulders help
Correct.
from a stability standpoint, but that doesn't mean it's easy to work around them or build around them. Fair enough that it's not the cheapest.
Yeah, you know, you have to take into account the building, they're building for snow loads as well.
Oh, that's true.
So,
yeah, it's not just the summer setting. You also have to do the winter setting. Now over here, we have our spacious asphalt motor court, more pine trees and boulders. And as someone who loves cars, I want to talk about the 1984 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. I don't know if it gets more Lake Tahoe than this, with the full wood trim, Such an iconic car and perfectly embodies what Lake Tahoe lifestyle is. The skiing, the mountain estates, the surrounding landscape, and this car still looks so good. It was designed to be upscale and outdoorsy, and before the Range Rovers, the Escalades, this was the car. Armand, let's take a quick look. On the inside, they feature teak, walnut, mahogany, and I love this brown interior. Looks cool. 1985. It's 40 years old.
Looks great, yeah.
And it feels like a real metal door, not like the cars these days. Super cool. We have an additional storage area here. That's our Dodge Ram rental truck. I'm not sure about the color. It's been really bothering me ever since we picked it up. It gets the job done, but I don't know, I'm just not digging that red color. Now we have the third cabin to this side. We're gonna skip this one because the owners are occupying it. This one and the rest of the cabins are all 2-bedroom, 1-baths. This one comes with a covered carport, deck that extends out facing the lake. They're all cozy and they feature the same pine on the exterior. Now over here we have the fourth cabin, and this is actually where we're stationing all of our camera equipment and using it during our shoot. It's very cozy. Let's go up. Comes with a spacious deck. Sliding glass doors open up to the living room. Seating area, cozy, straight to the point. We have the built-in dining area on this side with additional storage. And over here, we have our kitchen. The sage color cabinetry certainly pops. Everyone, what do you think?
Yeah, I love the green here, and I love the blue in the other cabin too.
Playful.
So, yeah, I love the color pops. It's
Yeah,
cool.
the colors certainly pop. And they also have a natural stone countertop here with a chiseled edge, bar seating, cozy. They're like mini Airbnbs.
Yes, literally.
That's really what it is. Over here we have our gas fireplace, TV, some open shelving. Again, the same sage. Full bathroom on this side. Comes with 2 sinks, shaker cabinetry, these rustic mirrors with, don't tell me they move. Okay, they look like barn doors, but they don't actually move. And then glazed tiling is brought in as a wainscoting that goes all the way into the walk-in shower. These bronze fixtures, nicely done. And this one comes with a bunk room, and this is the main bedroom suite that comes with a king-size bed and a perfect view of the motor court and Lake Tahoe. Amon, you and I are going for a little hike.
It seems like, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go all the way up there. The driveway wraps around the land and brings you to the last cabin. And instead of taking our car, we're gonna go for a little walk. Amon, I'm really putting you to work.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, you are. These pine trees and the ground smells so good. I love it. I'm taking bark from trees to bring it back to LA and use it as a sage in my home. I'm gonna lightly burn it because I want the smell in my home. All right, there you go. And the elevation certainly changes the perspective. Look how high up we are compared to the cabins that are on the lower section.
Oh, yeah.
I do feel like we went to camping.
Yes.
I really do. All right. You ready, Armand? Last one. Let's
Yes.
go. All right, so this deck wraps all the way to the other side. I like the steel posts and cable railing, Ipe decking. And over here, we have the sliding glass door opening up straight to the living room. I mean, the layout is literally the same. Seating area, built-in dining, and I like how the section that you said has a door that opens up for additional storage. Hey, you gotta make every square footage count. Exposed beams certainly help with the mountain lodge feel. And over on this side, we have our kitchen. This dark blue, almost purplish color. They love their color in this estate. And I also have to show this detail while we're at it. Dutch door. They're fun. And the deck also wraps around to the back. Your gas range, fridge. This one also comes with 2 bedrooms. Cozy, warm. And over here, we have our main bedroom suite with another king-size bed facing the lake. And in the morning, you get your fresh air. I love it. When you live in a place like this, you want to have your doors open. You want to benefit from this natural beauty. And right across this room, we have the full bathroom, this cool tiling, Stone countertop, chiseled edge, barn door aesthetic mirrors, 2 sinks, glazed tiling that goes all the way into the walk-in shower with a rain head. Nicely done, super cozy estate with so much potential. A lot of people are gonna watch this and say, oh man, what an Airbnb opportunity.
Sure.
Live in one, rent the other 4s, possibly get a property manager.
Yeah.
Is that doable?
It is doable. Obviously, you'd have to apply with Douglas County to make sure that you are within their guidelines. There are some parameters around that, but from what I have researched, it does appear that this would be allowed to be vacation rentals. You know, I moved here 20 years ago and haven't looked back. You know, our sunsets are as magical as anywhere in the world. Our climate is very moderate outside of winter. We have some of the most incredible seasons here. You know, spring is very lush and distinct. Summers, again, moderate temperatures, and then we have incredible fall colors here. Our winters are obviously well known for the amount of snow that we get and the incredible ski resorts we have here. So you get a little bit of everything here in Tahoe.
I use our videos as a way to maybe shed a light on places, and not that Lake Tahoe needs more promotion. I think the people that know Lake Tahoe know how it's such a special place. But I think the people out there who are on the fence, who are maybe seeing it for the first time or kind of just started to hear about it, the best advice I can give you, buy a plane ticket, hop in your car, drive out here. You don't need any of the fancy activities. The lake and the land, the scenery will speak to you, and then you'll figure out your way to what you want to do. That's really how special Lake Tahoe is. I think that's the simplest way I can explain it.
Yeah, very well said.
Thank you. All right, everyone, that's it for the tour. Lake Tahoe has a special place in my heart. The surrounding mountains, beautiful landscape, and the color of the water, I can't get over it. It leaves you genuinely in awe. Now, I hope you learned a thing or two about Lake Tahoe real estate in this video and how this property can be further developed. And as always, you can find more information about this listing in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And I also want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Greg Ochoa and Leo Goldschwartz, for making this tour possible and allowing us to bring this Lake Tahoe experience to all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.